Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Halftime Oranges with me and my man, my co-host, Mr. Jayon. What's good, bro?
Yes, what's going on?
Yeah, it's been a long while, hasn't it, since we've done this? It's been a good few months. Apologies on our part. Got a lot of exams happening. Got a lot of
Exam
studying
period,
happening.
what can you do?
Yeah, man, that can take a long time and a lot of strain on your body. So we're finally finished with it. We could bring the podcast back. And wow, we missed a lot of football since we last did this. What went down? The Euros went down, Copa America
Copa
went down.
America.
The transfer window has been going on. We had the start of the Premier League season, the La Liga, all the top five leagues, every single European or football league has begun its season. It's so far so looking tasty. So why don't we get straight into the beginning of what we wanted to talk about was what happened in the Euros, Copa America, the two most looked at tournaments in football over the summer. We had England made the final. I said it many times we would make the final at least, and
Yep.
I thought that was the bare minimum for the team that we had. How did you think did you think England deserved to get as far as they did, and did they deserve to lose that?
They deserve to lose, yeah.
Really?
Um
Okay.
that final, yeah, we did not play good.
Okay.
Um I think we deserve to get there based on our quality of team and the quality around us. There were very few teams of any quality, to be honest. Um I know we didn't play the most, attractive or fun football, but we came up against some properly dross teams.
I mean, the lead up to the final, I thought was excellent. We kept a clean sheet all the way until the semi-finals against Denmark when we finally conceded the first goal.
Yeah, free kick.
We showed defensively we were very good. We showed that we played really good football. I don't know how Gareth Southgate turned around, but the football England were playing was really good, aggressive, possession, high press, and we had some standout players. We had Sterling came. I think he was England's player of the tournament personally.
Yep.
Kane at near the end finally found his form. Saka was superb. Maguire found his form, and he's looking like a very good defender for United now. If he can, his partnership with the likes of Varane was going to be something to be afraid of for any attacker. Any other team you thought did well in that tournament, that they did as well as they could?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I think my England player of the tournament was actually Luke Shaw.
Okay.
Um, any team that did well, I think Denmark did well, to be honest.
Yeah, I got to the semi-final, especially what happened to Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
The really horrible incident. But
Um,
it kind of did it for him. And honestly, for Denmark to get to the semis, I think it was superb. Couldn't have predicted that at the beginning, and they did very well to get as far as they did. And they gave it to England, took us the extra time.
mm,
So I think they did really well to get there. What do you think of the German team? I like to keep all of the Bundesliga. How do you think Germany did?
um,
Expected, Joachim Low, final game for Germany.
fully
That's him done.
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an awful manager. He needs to go. I'm so glad he's gone. He should have gone in 2016, and he's held this for an extra 5 years.
Was his
Um,
team selection going into this tournament what you expected, or should have been a lot better?
I
The
think
way
team
he
selection
played, the
was,
team he played.
yeah, look, his squad of players was pretty much, I mean, it picks itself pretty much, but his tactics were completely wrong. His first 11 selection was just off as well. Um, I don't know why he kept playing Tony Kroos in midfield when, yes, Leon Goretzka has come back from an injury, but him and Kimmich literally just won the sextuple with Bayern. You know, there's no reason not to start them in the double pivot. He kept playing the back three, literally did nothing for them. And they just have a real lack of an actual goal scorer. I don't think he knows how to use Werner or Havertz, and it showed.
I think Werner's still finding his form. It's been a while. Tuchel hasn't found it just yet. Rakamlo couldn't get out of him. Do you think it was just the players weren't playing for him in that tournament? You saw against England. England dominated that from start to finish. It was all over them. Rakamlo could not handle the youth, the energy.
I feel some of them, yeah, like Thomas Muller came out after and said the tactics were wrong. Um, I think he shot himself by bringing back Mats Hummels.
That
Yeah,
was a
like
shock. Yeah.
he should have. I mean, he shouldn't have not selected them uh, in the first place.
Mhm.
But then to go back on his decision, it's just what is he doing? Um, and then the kind of younger players, a new generation of Sane, Goretzka, Kimmich, all of them. I don't know if they weren't playing for him. I just think tactically they were inept.
Who do you think for you was the most disappointing team in that tournament? Who let you down the most?
France,
Really? Knocked out,
how
I think
much,
it was round of 16 to Switzerland.
yeah, how
Penalties.
much quality they have,
Yeah.
and their arrogance shown by what Deschamps was saying. Um, how he was going on about he expects his team to kind of turn up on in the knockout rounds, and he was using the group stage as pretty much as a warm up.
Yeah,
It
and
just says it all,
possibly.
really.
Yeah, it really does. Copa America now. Messi finally getting his hands on the trophy for Argentina. Who did they play in the final? I think it was
Brazil.
Brazil in the final. Yeah. Oof. Good game in the end. Di Maria with a finish. Great finish. Where did he win it? Messi finally got on his trophy, and now the debate again comes back again with the Ronaldo Messi. Can't you no longer use the argument that Ronaldo has got a trophy for his country? Messi's got one too.
Um, to be honest, I don't really care about him winning an international trophy. I generally
Okay.
could not care less. Because he is better than Ronaldo. Simple as that.
Okay.
But I was happy more for Emi Martinez, and he showed
Yeah.
the
What
world
year?
how good he was.
What couple of years he's had? Honestly, ending.
It was fantastic that tournament.
Yeah.
Genuinely
Ending
saved
12th.
Argentina.
He did. The amount of saves he pulled off for them. He had an exceptional tournament. I think he was their player of the tournament. Honestly, far maybe
Yeah, he
Messi.
was
That's
the
biased.
goalkeeper of the tournament for sure.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah. That leads us into what we're going to talk about next with the transfer window. We just saw Messi complete arguably the biggest shock transfer the transfer window has ever seen. A free
Shock,
transfer
but
to
not
PSG.
entirely surprising.
I mean, it was almost certain he was going to sign. Everyone said it. Even he said it. The board said it. President said it. That it's done. He will be signing the
Yeah,
contract until like it was not in their power. That cost them his contract being signed. It was La Liga's regulation, FFP. They just couldn't financially have the capacity to sign him, and that led him to go into PSG. And you've seen what PSG has done. I can't imagine another team having a better window than they have. They've got, who was it? Donnarumma, Sergio Ramos, Messi, all on a free. Gini Wijnaldum as well on a free.
on a free, and
And of
then
course,
Hakimi for
Hakimi,
60 million.
60 million. So they really haven't spent that much, and they've got a bundle of quality. And that team is looking very scary.
You say that, but I still think they're lacking a quality DM.
CD. Okay. They have Idrissa guy. He's a quality
Idrissa
DM.
Gueye, yeah, but he is quite limited. You can play Marquinhos there, but you want him as a centre back.
It looks like they're going to play three at the back with Kimbepe, Ramos, and Marquinhos. And you've got the
Um,
wide backs, Hakimi and Bernat on the left.
yeah, that could work. And it allows Messi to come more infield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could work,
I
but
mean,
you know me,
it's an exciting attacking trio, Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
if Mbappe stays, yeah.
But that's the thing. If Mbappe stays, we heard that 160 million euros for Real Madrid out of nowhere. I don't know where they got that money from. Out of nowhere, racked up that P,
It's just
and
looking
they
at the
made a
sales,
bid.
man. They haven't signed anyone
I know
for two
that's their way
years.
of trying to figure out the FFP thing and trying to make sure they can not
And
fall
if we
into
look
that.
at it, they've brought up around 150 million from sales. We're looking at Hakimi to Inter. We're looking at
Yeah.
Erdegaard to you. We're looking at uh, Teo Hernandez.
If you were in
Uh,
Mbappe's shoes, do you think this is the right move for him? You look around the squad, PSG compared to Madrid, e.g., who's most likely to win the Champions League? Who's most likely to
I
become the most successful team in the next 5 years? And you have
see for
also
me,
have the chance to play alongside Messi. And that's such a big privilege that he's willing to give up.
I genuinely do not understand why he would want to move at this point. I think Madrid are in the mud, to be honest. I
I know
don't
I
have.
get the idea of playing Real Madrid, the dream, growing up as a kid playing for Real Madrid, but I think it's timing. Right now, Real Madrid, like you said, they're down, down, down in the dumps. They really can't compete. You saw them against Chelsea in the semi-final in the Champions League. They were bastards. They could not keep up. They have an aging squad. They're not the Real Madrid they used to be,
Their
and
squad is so old.
it's gonna take a while for them to get back to where they should be. But for Mbappe to go there, maybe it's a bit of arrogance. He wants to be the guy at the club. He was maybe the guy at PSG. Now you got
Mhm.
Messi coming in. That changes everything. Now it's the perfect opportunity to go to Madrid and make a name for myself. But I don't think personally, I don't think that's the right move for him. Not now, anyway. Down the line, but maybe spend a couple more years with this club, get it to where it's going to be very soon. That's Champions League winners,
And it's not
Kings
like,
of Europe.
he's old or
Exactly.
like
He's
he's
early
in his
20s,
prime. He's
so early.
22.
Exactly.
There's
So early.
there's no rush. I would stay. I
Yeah.
feel like he's got the better opportunity at Silverware where he is. Um, and okay, I'm not the biggest, advocate of, what a privilege it is to play with Messi, Ronaldo, whoever, but he can definitely learn from these players.
Yeah.
And
Experience.
even if it is just a year, just to learn from Messi and whatever,
On the other hand of the
why not?
spectrum of superstars, Mbappe, we also have the likes of Haaland. Now he's had a crazy, crazy summer of transfers, but it looks like he's going to stay. He had Chelsea going in for him, talks of PSG, Man City.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think would be the best move for him right now? You've also actually, mind you, Bayern was not. I think a couple of weeks ago, there's been talks that Bayern Munich won him.
Yeah, Salihamidzic came out and
Now,
said,
as you're a Bayern Munich fan, but also a Bundesliga fan. How do you feel as a Bundesliga fan, Haaland going to Bayern Munich?
for the rest of the Bundesliga, okay, it was for Dortmund especially, it's just so frustrating.
If I was a Dortmund
And
fan, I'd be banging my head against the wall. The players they've taken from us and gone to win titles, and we allowed it to happen. I'd
yeah,
be
and
fuming.
the thing is, a few years ago, uh, I think it was Michael Zorc came out and said they will never sell another player to Bayern
You want it, yeah. But it's
just
not
for that
looking
reason, right?
okay.
But it'll be interesting to see if he sticks to his word or if he folds.
I mean, it's looking like Bayern could be looking for a new striker very soon. Lewandowski's come out himself. He said he wants a new challenge.
But he
Can't blame
won't. He
him.
won't know.
He's done. He's basically completed the game in Bundesliga. He's done
Yeah.
it. He's done it all. He completed the most amount of goals in a season. He beat Gerd Muller.
Yes.
R.I.P. for him.
41.
God rest his soul. Um, Goals galore per season, like 30 plus, killing records, winning the Bundesliga, winning the Champions League with them. He has nothing else to prove there. He is a certified legend of Bayern
Yeah.
Munich. If he was looking for a challenge, what challenge would suit him?
Well, first of all, he's not going to go. Bayern, the best run club in the world. They're not going to sell their star assets with what, a week left of the window.
Less, much less actually. 4 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
not going to happen. Perhaps next summer. He's got 2 years, I believe, left on his contract, and he's 33 right now.
You wouldn't get that big
So
money for him. I can't imagine more than 50
no one's
mil.
going to
I
bid
don't
big
think.
money for
Yeah,
him.
no one will
That's the
big money
thing.
for age as well. But what big team would we be looking at that could nab him up? If he was going to leave this summer, where would you see him going? What's
Okay,
the
let's
most
just,
realistic option for him?
as in style wise, or who's going to pay the money?
Bit of both.
Pay the money, possibly PSG. No one else is going to pay the money,
I
especially not
mean, yeah,
City.
you never know if they sell Mbappe, they'd have the money for Lewandowski
Yeah,
quite
that's my
easily.
point.
Yeah.
But it's no one else is going to pay that money for an old player. Let's have it right. Stylistically, he is the best striker in the world. He's the complete striker. He can fit in any team.
Yeah, why not? Breaking news from today. one of the goats of the football game, Mr. Ronaldo himself. This turns out this morning he left Juventus training. He won't be going back. He jumped in on a private jet. This morning, from last night to this morning, there were talks that it was going to be Man City. They've been, because you got to recall, Juventus are setting a really low price for Ronaldo. What, 27
25.
million, 25,
Yeah.
27 million euros? That's so cheap. But of course, you got to remember his wages will not be cheap. It's going to be insane. So realistically, everyone looked at City. They're looking for a striker. They want a striker. They made it clear they want the likes of Harry Kane. If you can get it for cheaper in the likes of Ronaldo, they wouldn't say no to that. You'd be stupid to say no to that. But
It looks like they have.
few hours ago, it looks like it's going to go to United. It said that they've got some journalists coming out saying that Ollie's had talks with him, the United representative has had talks with him, and he's willing to come back for a return back to the Premier League and his old colours. What does that say for the Premier League? What does that say for him, United? What's that going to do you think? Before you say, I saw on Twitter as well, some United fans talking about how great, nice, but you're not strengthening the areas that we need strengthening. You're just getting a star player for the sake of the brand.
Yeah, I understand that. I'd be concerned that it blocks Mason Greenwood's development, who
100%.
should not be playing on the right. He should be playing as a central striker. Yes, he can learn from Ronaldo, but he still needs to play games, right? He's not really, a player they need, and I actually think he could be in danger of tarnishing his reputation. Like, yes, I have full confidence he's going to get 25 goals in the league, but
okay.
Coming back to the same team in the same league, he's not going to hit the heights that he did before. And in doing so, I think it will damage his reputation, his legacy. I feel like he should try something new.
What, a different league?
Wherever they may be.
I mean,
yeah.
There's no one really that would have taken him at this time, especially after the pandemic era. That is
My personal,
maybe PSG. There were talks to go to PSG. I mean, that would be insane.
That would be my personal favorite.
That would be. Imagine that team. That's like a FIFA Ultimate Team. Insane amount of talent in one team.
It's the dream, isn't it? Everyone's dream wants that.
You have the best players in one team. Literally, maybe put Haaland in there, and you've got a killer team.
Everyone just wants to see Ronaldo, Messi,
100%. I'm fully looking forward to one day hopefully to see PSG real soon play. That would be something. Bucket list.
Yeah.
Bucket list tick off.
Definitely.
Let's look at our respective teams. We'll go with Villa first, who I think have had a fantastic window. I think very well organized, strengthened in the areas that you need strengthening in. Aggressive, not to mention aggressive. You only had to look back to the whole Buendia situation where we I don't know what you want to call it, but we went in first. Aston Villa wanted him more, and we're just more aggressive about it. Pushed us aside. Very good window. Very, very good window.
I'd say it's been a fantastic window. The only thing I would say is I think we have probably slightly overspent on all of them, to be fair.
Well, 90 plus million spent. I think that's the most you've spent in a window now. That's
how much is it?
90 plus million.
No, we spent more last year.
More last year.
Yeah, we spent over 100 last year.
That was for the playoff money.
The season before as well.
Playoff
money. But we bought in quality, especially the three attacking players: Bailey, Buendia, Ings.
Ings was a bit of a shock. On the day it was rumored he was going to Villa, he signed the same day. That was very quick and very under the radar.
It was amazing. So what it come out as, so Christian Perslow, our CEO or whatever, he basically said that City came for Grealish, and Villa held off for a little while, as in held off responding, purely so that they could bid for these players, basically, because they knew they had to accept City's offer because it was his release clause, right?
Yep.
But by just delaying, we didn't officially have the money for Grealish, and no other team knew he'd gone. So we kind of slipped in like that. Does that make sense?
Somewhat, yeah. It's business.
So
It worked out in the end.
because obviously teams, if they know we have so much money, then they're going to bump up the price.
I mean, are you
And
happy with Jack Grealish going?
yeah,
Yeah, you glad with that?
I'm happy. Like I'm sad to see him go,
Yeah.
but let's have it right. It's 100 million in this market. I think you'd be stupid to turn it down. Like, yeah, he is
And
phenomenal.
the reinvestment has been very wise as well
The
with that 100 million.
reinvestment's been
Very wise.
perfect. I would like one more attacking player, especially if
Emil Smith Rowe. Don't think we forgot
no,
about that one. I thought,
yeah,
honestly, all that, I just felt like Villa now, you're just taking the piss out of us. I don't know
I thought that was funny.
where all this body came from, all this chest out of nowhere. First you went in for Buendia, took him. Okay, fine. Now you came in for Emil Smith Rowe. 3 bids. You really
Yeah,
wanted him. Because I think that was very clear. Even then, I realized you're losing Jack Grealish. This is why you want a
yeah.
replacement and you come in for our player. I couldn't believe it. The cheek, the balls
Yeah.
of this club to go in for Smith Rowe. Damn.
I would like one more attacking
That's
player.
what I meant
Yeah,
by aggressive. Like you guys really didn't care. You were going, if you want to play, you're going to go for it and you're going to spend the
yeah.
right money. You're willing to put the
Because
money on the
we're
table.
not dicking about. There's
Exactly.
no point.
Exactly. I admire that. I respect that because that's completely opposite to what my club is doing. And
Yes.
we spent the most money. And I asked people, I went to people who don't watch much football and said, by the way, do you know who spent the most money? Arsenal. They said, really? How much? We spent 129 million. And they looked at me and said, who did you buy? And I was like, you're so right. Who did we buy that is of high quality that would make sense of that 129 million? Nobody. Okay, you have the Ben White.
The
50
only
mil.
one I'd say is Ødegaard.
Odegaard, yes. Now that is a solid signing. I'm happy with that.
That's a great signing.
I personally would have preferred Madison, Premier League proven. He's done it.
But for that price, you
For the
can't say
price,
no.
yeah. For the price that Odegaard, with all the hype that he had, with all the talent that he's been spoken of, yeah, 35, I think 30 to 35 million, very good deal. Very good piece of
It's
business.
pretty much the same we spent for Buendia.
Buendia, exactly. So it was very clear from the beginning we were going for an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
For Buendia didn't work, so we got Odegaard.
And what we know that what's the name, Ødegaard can actually play in the same team as Smith Rowe. So it's not one or the other.
Exactly, they can play
together, which I think is important.
Their partnership. If you saw, I know it was against West Brom, it's the Carabao Cup game, but the link-up play that Odegaard has, really good. You saw the Saka goal, the back heel pass, his link-up, his vision. That's what we've been lacking so much. Don't know if it's going to make. I don't think it will make too much of a difference in the sense of us pumping ourselves into the top 4. I don't think it's going to be enough because there's still, like I said, areas that need strengthening that they haven't addressed. Ben White, okay, I'm happy with. The price didn't make sense, but again, the English tax is there. We need a right back. Desperately, we need a right back.
I think you'd be stupid to go into season without one.
We have 4 right backs, all of which are not up to the standard that we need. If you look on the other flank, Tierney, he's the left back, the perfect full back that we need on the other side. Which
even Tavares looks good.
Tavares looks amazing, skillful, technical, can whip a ball in, speedy as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant left back, full backup left back, or maybe full back if you can compete with Tierney. You never know. And you know what? It might be time for me to say we may need a striker because Aubameyang's form is worrying. Yes, he scored that hat-trick against West Brom, but I'm still not convinced. I'm still not convinced that he's going to be pumping in those kind of goals in the Premier League season. And it is quite worrying because if he doesn't put in the goals that we need, it's going to be another 8th in the league kind of year. And it's going to be more pain for us Arsenal fans.
See, for me, there's no point signing a striker just yet, especially when you cannot offload either Lacazette or Alba. Because then they're just rotting on the bench.
And Ketch's could be on his way to Crystal Palace or something.
He's awful. No one cares.
You did call it from before. You did call it from before. He's very good for England under 21s. Was it equaled Alan Shearer's record?
Yeah.
He was being given opportunity. No one can tell any Arsenal fan he hasn't been given opportunity. He's been given it time and time and time. He just hasn't been delivering, and
he just lacks quality.
I think it's time to go. I think Balogun's going to come in. I think he's going to light it up with time. But it's too soon.
See,
He started against Chelsea because of Aubameyang Laka being missing. He didn't really light it up, and this is why I'm leading on to the point that we may need a striker.
I understand that, but then you will have 5 strikers and they're going to be rotting on the bench. What he should be doing, Arteta that is, sign the right back,
Yep.
and then try and work with Alba or Lacazette for this season, and then just fucking get rid of them.
Yeah.
Do whatever you literally sell them for nothing next summer.
Nah, I mean, well, Lacazette is in his final year, so he could be going away for free.
No one's going to pay for these guys.
We seem to be selling players for free over. We don't learn when it comes to contracts. We still don't learn how to manage.
I said this when you gave Aubameyang that contract. The most stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
There's no point in doing that.
Well, this season will determine that. I think last season he had a huge blip, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt to an extent. Malaria, his mother having personal issues with his mother. I think she was ill. God bless her.
He had COVID as well.
He had COVID. Yeah, exactly. He had malaria and COVID all in the same year. That's wild. That's really wild. So
yeah, like you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keep him for now.
We all said we're going to give that season a slide because the previous 2 seasons he saved us. He's the reason we won the FA Cup, for example. It's because of him. So if you're going to have a bad season, you are allowed to have a bad season. It's totally acceptable. But now is the time for him to come back. Hopefully the hat trick against West Brom will be the kick he needs to go back to that old over that we know.
Yeah, definitely.
Who do you think has had in the Premier League or just in any league has had the worst transfer window? Any of the top teams that you think you look at it and say, you know what, you guys have done terribly. For the team you are, you should be doing a lot better than this.
Well, Spurs have done nothing. However, I don't really care about. Yeah,
they brought in that defender.
They've signed Christian Romero. Fine, good centre back. But I thought they would have should have got more.
And hey,
he's an awful manager.
They beat City. And without Harry Kane, they've proven that they don't need him. Well, hard to say with this one game, but he's getting good football out of them.
But I think Real Madrid have had a bad window. You've lost your 2 starting centre backs. Fine, you got David Alaba, but who's going to partner him? Is it going to be Eder Militao? I think he has potential, but it's a completely new centre back partnership. It'll be tough. The one I'm the most disappointed about is Borussia Dortmund.
I figured you'd say that. I had a feeling.
They've got a good manager in Marco Rose, and they lost Jadon Sancho, haven't replaced him. Yes, they've got Daniel Marlon. He's not the same player. Sancho's a winger. He's a playmaker. Marlon is a striker, a forward. You know, he offers little in creativity. And I'm hoping Marco Rose can get the best out of Torgan Hazard and Julian Brandt, kind of revive them, along with Gio Reyna and Marco Reus, then it should be fine. But even then, Dortmund had to sign a centre back. They were literally playing Lucas Piszczek there last season, Emre Can there last season. I don't know what they're doing. Mats Hummels is old. Dan Axel Zagadou is always injured. And who's the other one? Manuel Akanji.
Oh yeah,
that's just
you really don't like.
Not quality.
Yeah,
he's good. I'm glad they signed a new goalkeeper in Gregor Kerbel because Roman Burki has been awful. He's been so bad for so long. But I would have hoped for a bigger upgrade than Kerbel, to be honest. They've just lost Thomas Delaney. So their centre mids I actually think are quite thin. You've got Axel Witsel, Mahmoud Dahoud, and Jude Bellingham. Emre Can, but if he's expected to fill in at centre back at times, and even right back at times because they're weak there. They've literally only got Thomas Meunier because the right back Murray broke his leg,
Mhm.
as in like he's fully snapped. It must have been about 10, 11 months ago now. They just haven't done anything for defense, and fine, Marco's system could cover for that, but you still need some quality.
Mhm. Just
So I don't know.
just a quick one before we move on. My local team, Crystal Palace, we just appointed the legend that is Patrick Vieira. And what do you think of his signing so far? He's going for like a young, attacking, talented, special kind of starting lineup. He signed Mark Guehi from Chelsea,
Very good
uh,
signing.
Joachim Anderson, centre back from Lyon. I thought it was a
Uh,
brilliant signing, honestly, for
yes,
Palace. That's an awesome. I got Michael Olise from Reading. He's
that's
a
a
young
very good
talent,
signing.
good talent in the midfield. Um, what do you think Vieira is trying to do, and what do you think Palace could accomplish this season with him?
Well, I think last season under Hodgson, they had, was it 6 or 7 first team players out of contract this summer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think it was either the oldest squad or the second oldest squad in the league.
Yeah. Very old squad. Yeah.
And they've done so well to literally sort out that age problem with those signings that you're on about. Um, Marguehi, I think he sorts out the defense. I think he has a lot of
Joachim Anderson as
potential.
well. Those two together.
Yeah. And what's his name from Reading?
Olise.
That's a very good signing.
Mm-hmm.
He has a reason to get the fans excited. Him plus Eze and then Zaha up front with what's his name?
Benteke.
No. Benteke's, yeah, he should come into form. But
Mm-hmm.
who's the other guy they got?
Are you up
No, it
front?
begins with an M.
The striker with an M.
Yeah, what's his name? Oh
Uh,
shit. He came from the Bundesliga. What's his name? Mateta.
okay.
Yeah. Philippe Mateta. I feel like he should come good this season because he was very good in the Bundesliga.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and I think who else have they signed? Have they
Those
got
are the big
Conor
ones.
Gallagher as well, right?
Conor Gallagher, yeah, there's another one they got from
That he
Chelsea.
looks very good. I'm
He's on a
very impressed with
loan,
him.
as
Yeah,
well.
I think I think they should be going for like
Do you think they could finally get
uh,
into the top 10? Do you think
no,
they no? Still
no.
no?
It's not this season. Maybe next season.
That's one
I
thing
feel
they
like
really need to get since they've been back in the Premier League since 2013-14, I think it was, or earlier. They have struggled to burst into that top four, so they've been fighting relegation or in the 13th, 12th spot position. I think
yeah,
not getting rid of Will Hodgson, I think it was a great servant to the club, kept the club stable as they go through a transition.
but they need to grow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now is the chance to grow. They've got an exciting young manager, Patrick Vieira, who's done okay where he's been at Nice, New
That's the
York
thing.
City
He
FC.
hasn't been good anywhere really.
I
He's been
mean,
fine
you
at
got to
Nice.
remember, Palace went through a lot of manager candidates. They went Nuno.
Yeah.
They went for that manager who used to manage Dortmund, Gladbach. Sorry,
Oh,
it was really. I was
oh my
thinking,
God,
wow,
what's his name?
what a signing that would have
Oh,
been.
Lucien Favre.
That was what a signing that would have been. Honestly, he was
He
so close as well. That
genuinely,
would have been
like,
amazing
he
for
was bad
Palace.
for Dortmund,
Yeah,
as in fit wise, but he would have taken them to the top 10.
I think he would have, but
He
hey
would have
ho,
done so well with that squad, honestly.
it just wasn't much of a convincing project in the end. So
Yeah.
the Premier League, the league, the Bundesliga, La Liga, everything started so far. Anyone who's taken you by surprise, anyone that was predictable, or any shock so far from any teams? I mean, would you think Arsenal's position is a shock? Where are we?
No,
19 games played, four goals
no,
conceded.
no shock at whatsoever.
No.
I think you're gonna go 3 games without points.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Um, I think West Ham have surprised me a little bit how they
Phenomenal. I
battered
mean,
Leicester.
David Moyes has got something going, and it's really impressive.
Like he genuinely battered Leicester.
Yeah.
Um, other than that, I don't think I've been surprised by anyone really. Uh, maybe that Villa lost to Watford, but I'm just going for that was a blip. Um, Brighton are good again,
Graham
which
Potter.
I knew they would. Graham Potter's a great manager.
He's a good manager, isn't he, Graham Potter? He's really getting his football has been excellent. He's gotten a team such as Brighton to where they are now.
And it shows like last season they underperformed massively
Yeah.
in terms of XG, because they just couldn't finish for whatever reason. And now they are finishing these chances. They're just going to rocket up the league. They should finish at least 12th,
Oof.
which is a
Could
lot
be.
higher than
I
where
mean,
they did finish last
yeah,
season.
they're just trying to get on the table now. That's their goal.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is now we're going to go through each of the top 5 leagues. We're going to give our predictions on top 4, relegation, our play of the season, and the possible top goal scorers. So let's go with the Premier League
Okay,
first.
wait, hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Are we still classifying League as top 5?
Yeah, of course we are. And I mean, we already know who's going to win that league. It's kind of been sorted there.
No, have you not heard?
Tell me.
In UEFA's
Yes,
coefficient.
they're 6th now, isn't it? It's
Yeah, Portugal
League.
took over them.
Portugal took over them. But for now, we'll still stick to the original top 5 that we know. I don't
Yeah,
really know much
fine.
about Portuguese league, to be honest.
No, neither do I, to be
But
honest.
yeah, we're just going to go with the winners. Let's go start with the Premier League first. Who? No need to say in what chronological order or what order. Any order is fine. But your top 4.
City, Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool United,
Who do you think is winning it?
City.
Really, I've gone with Chelsea. I think Thomas Tuchel has. He just has a phenomenal. I love his football. I really
I've
like
been
his
banging
football.
his drum for so long. He's phenomenal, honestly. However,
And the
I'm
signings
still
he's
not
gotten is
convinced.
he's been backed very well in the transfer window. He's got a fantastic team. You saw him against us. I mean, Tierney, Lukaku coming in, which I don't know why we didn't mention him. What a signing that is, 97 million.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be amazing for him. You saw what he did against us, bullied our defenders, floored them,
Oh my goodness.
made space for himself.
Phenomenal player.
To the point Tierney had to come and help out Mari because he was getting overwhelmed by
Mari
his
was
power.
getting manhandled.
So with Tierney coming in to help Mari with Lukaku, that left the left exposed.
Yep.
For the likes of Reece James to come in, either score, put a ball in for Lukaku to score. And that's clearly working for Chelsea. That Lukaku signing is going to do wonders for them. So that's why I think Chelsea are going to go in this league defensively sound.
They
solid,
haven't got a
working.
weakness
They
anywhere.
don't. I really don't see it. Even Jorginho has been talked about being what was a Ballon d'Or.
By the way,
for Player of the Year.
That's absolutely outrageous. How he has won UEFA Best Player.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
Euros, Champions League, Super Cup.
I don't care. He is not the best player in Europe.
I mean,
what is that about?
Top goal scorer for Chelsea.
Oh, I don't care. That's ridiculous.
Eight goals scored. He's won it all.
No. Lewandowski has literally scored 54 goals in 40 games.
He hasn't won
competitions.
Just won the Bundesliga, though. That's not enough.
He got robbed from the last Ballon d'Or after winning the sextuple. It's ridiculous. I'm outraged.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I really don't understand. But it's just his credentials that's got it, really. I don't think it's his ability of a footballer that's gotten it. I don't see him being better than likes of even Kante. I think Kante deserved it more than he did personally. He had a sublime season, sublime year, if anything.
Neither of them deserves it.
But Lewandowski for sure. Who are you going for relegation? Who's going down?
Watford.
Okay.
See, I said something earlier, but I'm thinking about changing my mind. I'm going Watford. I'm going Norwich.
Yeah.
And I'm going. I keep saying them, and I hope one season it'll come true. It's Newcastle.
I knew you were going to say that. Do you know what? I actually think I have the same. I have Watford, Norwich, and Newcastle. Yeah, I've got them to go. I think they've been hanging around that end of the table for too long now. It's gonna eventually take its toll, and they are gonna go down. I think this season might be the one. They're talking about owner takeover.
It's not happening.
I just think it's a mess of a club. Really, it's just really poorly run, and I think their fans have had enough of everything that's going down.
Yeah,
If
it's
anything,
so sad.
if anything, they're expecting it, but it's just a matter of when.
Yeah,
That not if, it's when is it going to happen? We know it's going to happen.
it is very
It's
upsetting.
when, and it looks like it could be this season. And they're a big club. Newcastle are a big club. You sad to see them go down, but things aren't changing at the top, so it's going to affect them going down.
Yeah.
Player of the season.
Lukaku.
I have Lukaku as well. I actually do. I think he's going to get at least 20 plus goals. He's going to get Golden Boot as well. I was going to say top goal scorer as followed that. So player of the season and top goal scorer for me will be
See,
Lukaku.
what Premier League fans have only seen is Tuchel, I suppose, be kind of pragmatic and defensive. If and when he plays his normal attacking football, Lukaku should get like 30 goals plus in the league.
I can see it.
He is that good.
The talent he has around him, with Havertz coming in form as well, by the way. He's
Yeah.
looking really good. He's finding his feet. Pulisic, Kante helping out. You got your fullbacks bombing forward and Reece James. So I think he's going to have a great season. I think Reece James will be the right back of the season this year.
Ooh, he has potential.
I
really like him.
I really think he's going to be that.
I think he's got everything.
I think it's just the left wing back role they need to sort out. I'm not a fan of Chilwell or Alonso. I think they could do better with that. But defensively, they are sound. Okay, that's the Premier League. Let's go into League 1.
Sure.
Who's your top 4?
Well, we know the first one, right?
Yeah, can't argue with that. It's difficult. I mean, they've played 3 games and scored 10 goals. That's looking very scary so far.
Yeah.
And the previous champions, Lille, are now 17th, which is above the relegation.
Yeah, I think Lille will have a really bad season. They've lost. Who's their manager?
What, the manager now or the manager?
No, who was their manager?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember where he's gone. Do you remember where he's gone?
Let me have a look for you here. Well, the current Lille manager is Jocelyn Gourvenec, I think it is.
No idea who that is.
His name was Christophe Galtier.
That's his name, Christophe Galtier, phenomenal manager.
He's gone. Now. He's gone to Nice, which I find that quite bizarre. To go, but look how Nice are doing now. 3 games played, he's got a win, got a draw, so they're 6th in the league. But yeah, who's your top 4?
So I'm going PSG. I'm going Monaco. I think Niko Kovac will do well there. Other than that, I don't really know because Lyon, I feel like they haven't strengthened. I feel like if anything, they got weaker with Depay gone.
Depay gone, Joachim Andersen gone. I think they've recently lost another player from Lyon.
And I think right winger is gonna go as well. His name escapes me. But you know what? I'm gonna go PSG. I'm gonna go Monaco. I'm gonna go
that was
Marseille.
it. Shaqiri has joined Lyon. That was it. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That was a big signing they've made. They've signed up Shaqiri from Liverpool.
Yeah. Top 4, number 4. I'm gonna go Nice just for Galtier.
Nice. I've gone for PSG.
He's so good.
I've gone for PSG, Angers, Nice, and Montpellier.
All right.
For that. And relegation for me, I've gone for Strasbourg.
Right.
Strasbourg. I've actually gone for Monaco going down this time.
Whoa.
The reason why I'm saying that is because you only have to look at Schalke and how well they did, and it wasn't uncommon for them to go down. That's what happened. So I think this is, and Monaco have been teetering around the bottom end of the table for a while now. So I think this could be the shock season they do go down. So I've gone for Strasbourg, Monaco, and Troyes.
Right. Okay.
Who you got going down?
I've got. See, I've only got two teams going down because I
Okay.
believe their 18th team will win the playoff.
Okay.
Um, I've gone for Strasbourg and I've gone for Brest.
Okay. Who is one? Who's going to be the player of the season?
Uh, might be a bit of a shock, but I think if he stays, it's gonna be Mbappe.
I always said the same thing to you. I think if he stays, it's going to be Mbappe. If he leaves, it's going to be Messi.
Correct. Yeah,
I
that's what I've
think
gone for.
I can't see it going any different. Okay, let's say he does stay. Who's going to be the top goal scorer?
Mbappe.
And if he leaves,
It depends what Poch wants to do and how
do you
who he
think
plays as striker.
If Mbappe does leave, is there any chance he'll be playing Messi as a centre forward?
No, I
So
don't
he's
know.
going to stick him out to the wide right.
No, what I think he'll do, he will either play Messi as a 10,
Okay.
or if Mbappe stays, he'll play a front two with a back three of Mbappe and Messi.
Okay.
So Messi will never be
Okay.
the lone striker.
Okay.
Does that
That
make
makes
sense?
yeah, that does. Okay, without Mbappe, who's going to be a top goal scorer then?
Messi. I just
Yeah,
don't see anyone
yeah.
else
So
going for it.
I've gone for Messi too. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see Neymar
Can't blame
playing enough
him.
games. I don't see Icardi doing much either. I think he's still got quality. I just don't play that enough.
Hmm. Okay, let's move on. La Liga. For mine, I'll go first this time. For my top four, I've gone for Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Sevilla. I think that's the classic top four that's been happening as of late. In terms of
Yeah,
winning it, I think Atletico Madrid will retain it.
yeah,
I think they've had a good transfer window. Not it's not the best, but it's been better than the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, in my opinion.
yeah.
So I've gone for Atletico winning it. What have you got?
I agree. Rodrigo de Paul
Hmm.
looks he's a phenomenal signing for them. They haven't yet got in a striker signing. They've been linked to is it
They've,
Vlahovic from Fiorentina.
they've been linked to Griezmann not too long ago.
It's not
What
going to
was it?
happen.
Imagine that comeback. Do you think the Atletico Madrid fans would welcome him back?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't even know if he's fit there anymore, to be honest.
He's not the same. He's not the. I think the Griezmann that we all knew and was admired by was the 2016 Griezmann. That was
Not
a
just that
phenomenal
either. I
player.
mean, the way Atleti play, they're no longer that just sit back, defend, soak it all up. Especially last season with them playing three at the back, that was not a defensive move. That was an attacking move, and it allowed more players up the pitch basically.
Yeah.
Because other teams, especially the ones promoted from the Segunda Division, they're playing super defensive, and Atleti have found a way to kind of break through. Because not last season, the season before, Atleti had a real problem scoring or creating because they just didn't know how. They just played defensive, and when these other teams played defensive, they couldn't do anything.
Mhm.
Um, but they do need another striker because what opening day they played Carrasco and was it Correa up front,
Mhm.
which is not really who you want as your strike partnership. I'm still unconvinced about Joao Felix.
He hasn't.
Um,
He has with the price, the money they paid for him. He has not matched that. Not yet,
a,
anyway.
l- a lot of their big money signings have flopped.
Yep.
I'm looking at Joao Felix. I'm looking at Thomas Lemar. Going back
Yep.
further, I'm
Hmm.
looking at Jackson Martinez. Um, they've done nothing really. So I'm hoping whoever they sign will come good. As for top four, I've gone for that exact same four. However, uh, I've gone for Sevilla um, coming in second.
Oh wow. Why?
Yeah,
What is it about Sevilla?
I feel like as long as they keep Kunde,
I don't think that's
they've
going to happen because
strengthened.
I think Kurt Zuma's going to West Ham, and that leaves the
Yeah,
door open for Koundé to go to Chelsea. So yeah, he's leaving for sure.
it depends on that. Um, but yes, Barcelona have signed some decent players. But if I'm looking at Griezmann, I'm looking at Aguero, I'm looking at Depay. To me, they all play in the same position.
Hmm.
They're all
Centre forwards, really, if you think about
they're
it.
all
They're all
central
centre forwards.
strikers,
Yeah.
and they're all, in my opinion, best suited when playing with another striker.
Hmm.
Um, they've got nothing really on the wings unless Dembele has a comeback, Coutinho has a comeback. Their defense is so old and it's
Yeah.
so bad. Okay, Serginho Dest looks decent. They've done nothing to improve the defense. I don't care what anyone says. Eric Garcia
Yep.
is
From
not a good
City.
player.
Okay.
I have no idea why they signed him. He's just bad. He cannot defend. And they've literally given away Junior Firpo, their sub left back,
Hmm.
to Leeds. Why would you do that considering how old Jordi Alba is?
Hmm.
Pedri is just coming off,
And he needs a
was
break,
it a
actually.
62
Yeah.
game season?
He
Do you
needs.
know
I
how
think
mad that is?
Coleman himself has come out and said, "Yeah, we're giving him a break, 2 weeks." I think he deserves it. He's played, like you said,
Yeah,
62
because
games.
he
It's
can't play like 70 games a
for
season.
an 18. He's 18, isn't he? 18, 19 year
Yeah,
old. That's insane amount of games. Euros, Olympics as well. Don't
I
forget.
think
And
he's
going straight.
17 actually. Or
Damn,
is he 17, 18? It's one
that's
of the two.
that's mad. Yeah, he's worked his ass off. He deserves a long break, and he will be getting. So he'll be out without him for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and even then, oh, Busquets is old. Pjanic is
Yeah,
old.
talks
Yeah,
about Pjanic leaving maybe.
uh, they're a mess. Madrid, we've said about their centre back pairing. Yet to see what's Bale gonna do, what Hazard's gonna do on their comebacks.
Mhm.
I think Asensio is bad.
I agree.
Um, Isco's rotting. Yeah, they've literally not strengthened. They've just got weaker.
Yeah. Who have you got as your those are going down?
Oh fucking hell. Um, I've got Vallecano.
You okay?
I've got Cadiz, and I've got Elche.
Okay. I've gone for roughly the same. I've gone for Rayo Vallecano. I've gone for Celta Vigo.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think this is another shock one I could go down. Again, that Schalke thing has routed everyone. I think Celta Vigo is going to be another one of those, and I've gone for Cadiz as well. So Vallecano, Celta Vigo, and Cadiz. Watch this space. You'll be
I
surprised what's
feel
going
like
to
they've
happen.
got too many good players. Celta Vigo.
Yeah, be surprised. You will be surprised. Like, look at Sheffield
Yeah,
United. They had a very good season coming up, and then all of a sudden they collapsed. I think this will be something very similar to Celta Vigo.
we'll have to wait and
Um,
see.
going to Syria, they've just started their season. I think it was last week.
Yeah,
So I think Ronaldo came and played the second half, came off the bench.
thought he scored
Uh,
the winner, got a
yeah,
corner.
incredible! What a way to leave the club. He scores a goal. Nope,
Honestly,
it's offside. Takes off his shirt as well. Gets booked. All that for nothing. Wow, big shame. Not the best way to leave, but it's happened. Who have you gone for your top four?
in no order, I've gone for Inter. I think yes, they've lost Conte,
They've lost a lot.
but
Conte, Hakimi, Lukaku. These are big stars.
they've replaced them quite well, in my opinion.
Who have they got in?
Apart from Lukaku,
Mhm.
um, who they signed Dzeko as
Yep.
his replacement.
I think this is
Um,
a decent signing. For me, it's like signing a Giroud for Milan. That's the kind of play you're gonna get in the box,
no, he
post
will
up.
score, but he's a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
immobile.
Giroud as well. He will score for you if you give him the right service. He will
Yeah,
get the goals for you, and he can score some nice goals as well in the process. That's what I think Xhaka will bring. I don't think he'll start every game, but you bring him on, he will do the job that you ask him to.
yeah. I think Simone Inzaghi is a very good manager appointment. Probably the best they could have gone for, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, and then they signed was it Dumfries as Hakimi's replacement. I think it's fine. No one comes close to Hakimi in world football in that position, in that role. And I think he's a fine player, Dumfries.
He had a
So
good
yeah, I
Euros as
think
well,
they'll be
mind
fine.
you. I think he had a good Euros for
Yeah, he
Holland.
did.
I think he gave everything really.
Yeah. I
So,
think Juve
y-
will come good now with Max
okay.
Allegri back.
Yep.
I think AC Milan will get top four,
Yep.
and my fourth place team, it's a toss up, but I've got to go for Atalanta.
Okay. Remember,
Gasperini's
I think
too good,
this
man.
is their first season in Champions League, is it? I think this is their
Second,
second season, yeah. And they did quite well. Remember, they finished second last season
yeah,
while playing Champions League because they've proven that they can handle the load of extra games midweek in the Champions League and
yeah,
continue in the league, and did very well. So I've gone for something similar. I've gone for Inter Milan. I've gone for Atlanta. I've gone for AC Milan. I've actually gone for Napoli. I think Juve is going to miss out. Remember last season how close they were, and everyone
yeah,
talking about Ronaldo no longer playing Champions League football. They were
yeah.
very close. Polo only just scraped it for them, and they
It's
had a
true.
very underwhelming season. They only won the Coppa Italia. For a club that Juventus has, I think they should have done a lot better. But I think Allegri, you talked about how his football is. And you got to look at Juventus' team now. Their midfield is still not looking great. They have an aging defense.
The only good thing they've done is signed Locatelli.
Look at yeah, from some another player that we may or may not have gotten, but he chose
Yeah,
Juve in the end. But yeah, I think he will improve their midfield because that's something that we've said is not looking good at all. But he's shown in the Euros that he's a quality player. He's gonna do very well for them. But I don't think it's gonna be enough for me anyway.
yeah. I see
Um,
what you mean. I the,
going
their squad
down.
planning is bad.
Going down, I've gone for Genoa, Empoli, and Sampdoria.
Interesting. I have not gone for those. I've gone
Okay.
for three completely different teams.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've gone for Spezia. I've
Oh,
gone for
okay. Okay.
Venezia,
All right.
and I've gone for Selen. What is it? Salernitana.
Salernitana, yeah.
Yeah. Um, they played Villa in a pre-season friendly.
How they
Obviously,
beat.
that's nothing to go by,
Yeah.
but those three teams are just so weak.
Hmm. Um, who you going for as player of the season? Who's going to be the standout star?
Oof, that's a tough one. It's different to top scorer. I'm going to go for Tammy Abraham.
Jose Mourinho has brought back Tom
Yeah.
Abraham. Can you imagine? What? There's top goal scorer as the player of the season.
Player of the season.
Really? Is that just
Yeah.
biased or is that a genuine? You really believe that's going to happen?
Bias. No. I think he'll get a lot of goal assists, but he won't be top scorer.
I've gone for Chiesa. I think he's
Okay.
going to be. I think he's going to be player of the season.
I don't think he'll keep it up.
I think so. I don't see why not. He had a great season for Juve last season in the Champions League, especially alongside of Ronaldo. He had a great partnership with him. I thought.
Yeah.
Top goal scorer. I think I'm going to go for Lautaro Martinez.
Yikes.
Now he has a shot at the central forward role. There's no Lukaku in his way, and he's a good player as well. People undermine him just because Lukaku is there, but he's going to express himself a lot this season, I think. And he's going to hit at least 20 plus goals. I think 20, even 25 maybe plus.
You think?
I think so. Who have you gone for?
I think he could. I think he could explode under Inzaghi, but Lazio under Sarri, I think Immobile is going to get top scorer.
Could be. That's a good shout. Finally, the Bundesliga. Who have you gone for as your top four? Who's winning it? I think.
Who else?
Yeah, it's going to be them, isn't it? Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich. Okay, you've gone for them as first.
Yep.
Who's your other three?
I'm going to do this in order. It's going to be Leipzig,
Okay.
I believe it'll come down to the final two match days
Ooh.
between Bayern and Leipzig. Um, they have strengthened so well, honestly. They lost Upamecano and Simic. They lost Upamecano and Kanate. They brought in Simican, who's one of Europe's most coveted young centre backs. They've got a good young coach in Jesse March. They signed Adrian Silva,
Hmm.
phenomenal. Got 20 something goals last season for Frankfurt. And he immediately solves their striking issue because they did not have a striker last season.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, Danny Olmo will be fit and firing. Dominic Szoboszlai is now, fit so he can play. Scored two very good goals in his, was it the opening day or match day two, whichever it was. So I think they'll push Bayern close.
Who you got third and fourth?
Third,
Yeah.
Dortmund.
Okay.
Fourth, this is where it gets tricky. I've gone for Wolfsburg.
Oh wow. You know what? What's his name? Something Horst Van Gogh. What's his? Oh man. What's that striker's name called? 6'7".
Wout Weghorst.
That was the goals. I would like him at Arsenal. I think he provides. I don't think he'd be a starter, but gives an option to change things up. Because what does Arteta like to do? Crosses the ball. What would be a good idea to do is to get a striker that can get on the end of those crosses. And I think this man is the man that would be perfect for that role. Bayern Munich, I've gone for winning it. I've gone for RB Leipzig second, like you. Dortmund third. I really want Dortmund to win this league. Honestly, it bugs me so much that
I'll tell you that what Leipzig will win it before Dortmund too.
Really, really
Yeah,
think so. It looks like it. So far, it does look like it. I think it's a damn shame with the talent Dortmund have. I really want them to win it. I like their football too, and I really like Haaland. I think he's. I've said it before. I think he's
yeah.
the second coming of Lewandowski. Personally, I think
He's a future Ballon d'Or winner.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. He's going to be competing with that with the likes of Mbappe and all those guys for sure. Fourth, I've gone for Wolfsburg as well. I've gone for
The only thing I'm concerned about with Wolfsburg, they've got a new coach. You might know the name, Mark van Bommel.
Van Bommel.
Legend, Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
I need to look this up now. How do you spell his surname? Van Bommel.
Bommel, Bommel, I think.
Why haven't I heard of this guy before? Oh, right. I recognize the face. I do recognize the face. Yes. I do recognize the face. He does look very familiar. So, yeah. Great player.
So I don't know how he's going to do, but
so far so good. Two games won. He's done very well so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see going. Who's your player of the season?
Player of the season. Erling Haaland.
Ooh. Who's your top goal scorer then?
Lewandowski.
I don't think you could have Lewandowski being the top goal scorer unless the assists. You want to play the assist in the role.
No, Lewandowski will get more assists.
Then how can Haaland be the better player of the season? That too.
For example, let's say Lewandowski gets 30 goals in the league.
Okay.
Haaland gets 28.
Okay.
But he's carrying the Dortmund side, whereas Lewandowski's Bayern are fit and firing. You got Muller contributing 15 goals. Gnabry, Sane, Koeman contributing 15 goals.
Yeah, okay, fine. So it's more like Haaland's going to be carrying Dortmund's team to the point where he will look like the player of the season, which I can understand. Well, I think it's going to be both Lewandowski, player of the season, and top goal scorer. I've gone for Lewandowski with that.
Yeah, so, understandable.
Yeah, an exciting season coming up. We've got the fans back, no longer in the pandemic era. So anyone who ever had the excuse of the fans weren't there, that's gone. It's looking exciting. The fans are looking buzzing. You're going to go see the Villa game this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow should be good. Villa Brentford.
We'll play Brentford. And Brentford, I saw myself how good of a team they can be. High press, exciting, energy, strength. Ivan Toney looks amazing. What a player he is.
Yeah, him and Mbeumo.
He looks like a very exciting player. He's gonna light up the league as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, that was today's podcast. Halftime Orange podcast. This episode was back. We're back. We're gonna do some more episodes, hopefully coming into the future. Exams are done, so we're gonna most likely upload a lot more. Jay's gonna be back soon. He's coming back to the Czech Republic. We're gonna hopefully do some live, maybe live, who knows? But we're definitely be face to face. We're not gonna do it over.
Haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. It'll be the first time. We're gonna do it. No split screen, just one camera with both of us in it. It's gonna be very exciting going forward. But yeah, any last words, my G?
No, just please do like, subscribe, comment. Oh yeah, let us know what sort of stuff you want us to be doing in the future. And we'll take your suggestions on board. Yeah.
And you can let us know, not only in the comments, we're gonna have some social media coming up. We've got our Twitter account running through. Yeah, make sure you put that in the link. Put that link, let everyone grab a follow. It's hopefully gonna be a account where we keep you up to date with everything football, not just the Premier League. Shout things out, information, maybe transfer rumors. Who knows? We might be at the next ITK.
Well, hey.
Ooh, well, hey, you never know about that. We'll see about that one. But yeah, thanks for watching today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace for now.
Take care, guys.